back. Now, was cricketing legend Sunil Gavaskar snubbed by Cricket Australia only because he was an Indian? This is not us saying this, viewers, but Sunil Gavaskar himself. What are we talking about exactly? The pictures that you're seeing on your screens right now are from Sydney earlier today, where Australia defeated India in the 5th match of Border-Gavaskar Trophy to win the Test series 3-1. Thereby confirming Australia's position in the World Test Championship finals against South Africa. But the trophy presentation ceremony was mired in controversy as Sunil Gavaskar, the man after whom the trophy was named, was not invited for presentation. The trophy was presented to the Australian captain by Australian cricket legend Alan Border alone. Now, Sunil Gavaskar, who was on the ground at that point of time expecting to be called, later went on to express disappointment over not being invited for presentation event. He said that he would have loved to have been there for the presentation, as after all, the Border-Gavaskar Trophy is all about India and Australia. He says it shouldn't have mattered that Australia won the trophy and asks if this is just because he is an Indian. Further, he says he would have been happy to present the trophy along with Alan Border. Following this uproar over the decision to not invite Sunil Gavaskar, Cricket Australia has also issued a clarification. They say that Gavaskar would have been invited to present the award to India's captain Jasprit Bumrah had India won the Sydney match and drawn the Test series. However, they further acknowledged that it would have been preferable for both Alan Border and Sunil Gavaskar to have presented the award to the winning captain. My colleague Karishma now joins us for more on this. Karishma, with the Australian Cricket Board's explanation, do you think this controversy is going to come to an end? Have we heard anything from the Indian side?
Well, Priya, what I can confirm from the Indian side is that the entire Indian team is very, very disappointed and very, very hurt with this, what Cricket Australia has done. It's not about ending this. The trophy has been presented. The Border-Gavaskar Trophy is now over, but it is about these gestures that count so much. That Sunil Gavaskar was standing at the boundary line at the Sydney cricket ground, and even then he wasn't called to the stage to present the trophy to Pat Cummins, and Sunil Gavaskar was present at that ground alongside the boundary rope only because he was hoping that he's going to be invited. So Sunil Gavaskar himself, while speaking to a local Australian network, has said that he's disappointed and it's disrespectful to him. And why not? Because it is the Border-Gavaskar Trophy, not just the Alan Border Trophy, who was called to present the trophy. And this is a very, very, lame cover-up, so to say, from Cricket Australia. They're saying that if India would have retained it, we would have called Sunil Gavaskar. They would have then ignored their own local legend, Alan Border, to not present the trophy. So this is, of course, this shouldn't have happened. And this is what the Indian team is saying, that this shouldn't have happened to a legend like Sunil Gavaskar, where he was in the stadium, in the ground, and yet not called to the stage to present the trophy. So this is absolutely shameful from Cricket Australia.
All right. We're also asking our viewers to join us in on this debate whether Gavaskar was targeted only because he was an Indian. Are Australians being sore winners in this case, or was it a deliberate attempt to add insult to injury? Because to be honest, when it comes to Australia and India and them playing out on the battles playing out on the pitch, they are not necessarily always peaceful and harmonious. Our callers can join us on the broadcast, where their questions will be addressed by Atul Vasan, who's a former cricketer himself, and Ranjit Bajaj, founder of Minerva Cricket Academy. Ranjit, as a long-time observer of the sport and a participant as well, what is the tradition here? Help us understand. You know, is it written in the rules or norms that only the winning side's legend would come and present the trophy?
Good evening, Priya ma'am. Thank you for having me. Ma'am, the trophy itself is named after the two legends. And obviously the legends both have to be there. In fact, I remember each and every photo of the trophy being given in the past, where Alan Border and Sunil Gavaskar, in fact, even in the last time when we toured, then we retained the trophy, it was Alan Border and Gavaskar both giving the trophy. And in fact, this is a direct insult to us. And I think it's because the way we have given it back to them on and off the field, the way their media has behaved with us, the way their media has done articles on all our cricketers, which was not above the board, as you can say. And on top of that, the way the crowds have behaved. So each and everything has added up. And this is a direct attempt, again, to maliciously malign us. Because if you have named the trophy after a legend, that legend happens to be there. And in fact, he's willing to come. There's no greater honor for them that if Gavaskar was there giving away the trophy, which was named after him.
We have got two callers also on the broadcast, Krishnamurthy from Visakhapatnam and Srinivasan from Chennai. Mr. Krishnamurthy, you go first.
Yes, yes. See, this is an injury to the whole nation because, see, in the match, I think we had a crowd was shouting, "Where is Visa? Where is Visa?" like that. So the India should stop playing in Australia. Australian grounds, India should not play with Australians. They can play in other grounds, but it is an insult to the entire world. I'm telling today, he was not invited for a stage for trophy. It is named as a Border and Gavaskar. It is a great insult. See, somebody should. See, entire nation should immediately react on it. This is the media to be addressed. This thing, please kindly propagate this entire nation.
All right, that's a very strong reaction coming in, but so it goes with the cricketing fans and the kinds of emotion that are attached with cricket. Srinivasan from Chennai, sir, go on.
You see, it is a great insult to us, and we should stop calling those fellows for the IPL also. No Australian player should be allowed to enter India. They should not be allowed to enter India. We are paying them crores and crores to them for an IPL, and then they are insulting Indians. So we should not allow them to play in India. No IPL match should be there with the Australian players. You call anybody else, but not Australians. Australians should be totally boycotted.
All right, Dhairyasheel is also with us from Pune. Sir, are your opinions also equally strong as the other two people?
Yeah, cricket is a gentleman's game, and it is all related to sportsmanship and good culture. The act by Cricket Australia has really put a blot on the game, especially where a legend like Sunil Gavaskar is concerned. If they are so keen on ensuring only Australians hand over the trophy, in future they should name it as the Allen Border Trophy. Why are they associating the name of a great legend, Indian legend, Gavaskar, So it is very important that this incident is not brushed under the carpet, and it is taken with the concerned authorities, and they should be made to understand that this is not acceptable. And whoever has been responsible for it, action should be taken so that the ties between the two countries don't get soured for such unsporting and uncultured behavior on part of such an august body like Cricket Australia.
All right. Ranjit Bajaj, do you think these reactions of outrage are disproportionate, or should we seriously consider some sort of retaliatory measure?
I think they are totally proportionate. In fact, there should be more. This is, like I said, a direct insult to not only our nation, but to each and every cricket fan. This is like telling us that we don't deserve to be there on the stage giving the trophy away, which has even been named after one of our greats. And in fact, at least the BCCI should make a big deal out of it, because now BCCI is a very, very powerful board where world cricket is concerned. I think Jai Shah should immediately make a huge deal out of it. He's the chairman of the ICC. So we've got the people where it matters, and I think they should be taken up by the highest authority, because they should know that if they insult our legend, they insult our entire country.
But also, I'm just wondering that they had already won the series and it has been quite a thumping victory for them. India hasn't performed in so many arenas. Why did they need to do this?
Exactly, ma'am. It leaves such a bad taste in the mouth. You be a good winner. That's what sportsmanship is. That's what sports teaches you, that you win graciously and you lose graciously. And I think we Indians have done our part by losing graciously. And I think it was on the Aussies now to make sure they stand up and do their part and be real gentlemen. See, this is like somebody said earlier on your show, that's a gentleman's game. How in any way possible can you even call it, forget about gentlemanly, how can you even call it normal that you have a trophy named after two legends. One of the legends is there, but he's not invited. I remember, ma'am, if you remember, I go back to the time when Sharad Pawar was the president of the ICC and he was on the board to give the World Cup trophy away. I remember Ricky Ponting shoving him off the stage in a very, very disrespectful manner. And that again shows what Aussies are capable of. The same kind of attitude has been shown here, that we Indians don't deserve to be on the stage giving the trophy. This is Sharad Pawar redo just 10 years or 15 years down the line. Nothing has changed. The Aussies are still the same.
All right, we're also now joined on the broadcast by Atul Vasan. But before I come to you, sir, we have got plenty of callers calling in. We've got Prasen from Bengaluru, Raman from Coimbatore as well. Prasen, what do you have to say about this whole thing?
Yeah, I guess Ranjit told it. I had this point when Aussies won the World Cup. Our minister Sharad Pawar, when he tried to present the trophy, he just took the trophy from him and they pushed him away from the stage. Like this has always been the Aussies' way of insulting Indians actually. And also, if you remember, they did all these indecent gestures in the game in this series. If you remember the head doing that, all those indecent gestures, I think this should be taken up very seriously. And BCCI and ICC definitely should take it up to Australian board, and they should really protest. And being a Border-Gavaskar Trophy, and you're not calling the legend, it's really you're insulting a legend there who's present there in the stadium, and you're not calling him. That's really bad.
All right. Raman from Coimbatore, what do you think should be India's response?
This is called Australian hypocrisy. This is not new. They always do like this. They always feel the superiority in them which they don't have. This is because we give them too much of importance. Right? Now, IPL, we give them millions of rupees or millions of dollars. So there is no reason for them to insult. See, in cricket, one team wins and one team loses. But the person whose name is there in the trophy not being called is nothing but an additional, what do you call it, we tell in Hindi, namak chidakte hain.
Yes, rubbing salt on wounds is what exactly seems to have happened here. Mr. Atul Vasan, are you convinced by what Cricket Australia has to say? Because if I can quote them now, they are saying that Gavaskar would have been invited to present the award to India's captain Jasprit Bumrah had India won the Sydney match and drawn the Test series. Is that the convention? Because Mr. Ranjit has already countered that.
This is really stupid. I think this is just a brain fade, and Australians normally have brain fades. We have seen that in the past, and this is really insulting, Sunny Bhai, actually, And I think normally they have got this, kind of a trait that they actually do things right. And they are, their moral compass is set right. In our case also, BCCI also, in our culture also, we actually miss out. And I think it's just, they could have just said that, okay, it was, but this is a very, very big faux pas, because how can you do that? They should have called both the Border-Gavaskar Trophy whenever these two guys are there. Even if he was not commentating there, he should have been specially flown, because why name a person's a big trophy when you're not even bothered how you treat him?
Okay. We've got multiple callers. Dr. Sridhar from Bengaluru. Please go ahead with your views.
Yeah, this is certainly unacceptable. And you are insulting a legend who was there right on the ground and who was prepared to go and then present the trophy. And I am sure Gavaskar is such a person, he will give it back to them. And I want him to give it back to the Australians. This is unsportsmanlike behavior. I don't accept it at all. And then it has to be taken up, and then it should be shown that they're very unsportsmanlike.
All right. Mr. Varmani from Vadodara, do you think India should take action, and in what form?
Take action, definitely. The other guy was talking earlier, saying that cricket is no more gentleman's game. It's very, very true. Remember that Travis said his nasty gesture when Pant was out, and Cummins was trying to cover it. that was not true. You know, it was. I was watching the game live. That's not a good gesture. You know. And Kimin, the coach, the Kimin was trying to hide that thing. That's the only thing I want to say.
All right, Mr. Vasan, one can also turn around and say that, you know, eventually it was about winning or losing the trophy. India have lost. How does it matter who comes out to present the award and who doesn't?
Again, you know, we're just saying the same thing again, and I'm just baffled because I think it's a big insult and it should be taken up seriously with the Australian Cricket Board, and India should make sure that, you know, they either apologize, because they can't just say, and what excuse they have given is unacceptable. You know, how does it matter whether who wins? Because, you know, and they, you know, they should have, he's there just doing his work, and it was so easy for them. But I think it's just some malicious kind of a back channel game, and it was done with intent. I'm sure of this. This is a politics going on, and it has to be something, because they cannot do something so juvenile, so amateur, that he's there and you've named the trophy after this guy and you don't actually do this. So it has to be another story.
Right. The last ball in this face-off has clearly not been bowled yet, because it is now in the court of Indian Board of Cricket. We'll see how they will respond to it, how will they take up this matter. But if emotions of people are anything to go by, it is not going to be something that they'll let go of very easily. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. We take a very quick break.